Greetings, my beautiful light beings. Let's discuss today the exit to the Matrix. The exit to the simulation is the Rupus Negra in Antarctica. As you can see from the photo, Antarctica is a temperate land, as Admiral Byrd suggested on television and in his diary. These maps from the 1500s show the Rupus Negra, aka the Black Rock. This is where the name of the corporation comes from. It's where the concept of Jewish tefillin, the little black boxes Jewish people affix to their head, comes from. It's where the black stone of the Kaaba comes from. But a little known fact, the black stone of the Kaaba is not a meteorite but a fragmented piece of consciousness which restricts the ritual practitioner tighter to the matrix. The black hole sun represents Saturn as well, because Saturn is symbolic of time and the law. We were in the age of the law, contracts, black rob judges, time, but now we are entering into a new. The way reality works is there is a black hole and on the other side is a white hole. Look at the affixed image. Material comes in through one side and goes through to another. A current theory is that our universe exists inside of a black hole. If you imagine there are these black holes consuming material, the idea that eventually they would produce universes on the other side is not so hard to imagine. I show you this to get you to think about your reality differently. Once you know you are the God mind and you exist in a dream with no laws or bylines, you realize that it is not the speed of light which limits us but the power of our mind. All things are possible: levitating, walking through walls, flying, astral projection, and remote viewing. We all know there are monks which are capable of all these things, and there are patents to do the same. I would challenge you to look at superhero movies and comics as conspiracies. The conspiracy being it is somehow special or unusual for a human to read minds, walk through walls, or fly. It is not. And I challenge you to question your reality and start doing things you never thought were possible. 2025 is the beginning of the renaissance of humanity. I have watched for 20 years in silence while my world gets worse and worse. Every year more and more young people kill themselves from despair out of living in a greedy, materialistic world where they have to trade their time to survive. This world is immoral, greedy, and disgusting. People have become cowards. They hide behind television narratives and phrases. They have no ideas of their own. It's truly disgusting. It'd be one thing if it only affected them, but more people than ever are dying homeless in the streets. Regular people are evil. They cherish comfort above all else. If you are someone read about slavery and thought I would have helped those people in need, well, then put up or shut up, because 2025 is the end of days. We are 7 years away from Neuralink Hive mind control being launched. We are already inside of the techno-feudal world which was created during 2020 when everyone is locked down. Yes, I am Neo. I am here to bring down the Archontic Order to wake up the NPCs. You don't need to march, you don't need to get up off your fat ass, but in your heart you must declare yourself sovereign and stop policing the news. In 1979, the CIA admitted in front of the Church Committee in front of Congress that they had CIA agents on all of the news stations writing stories. The former head of the FBI in Los Angeles said COINTELPRO never ended. For those who don't know, it's a program where the government infiltrated protesters. It's what Antifa started off as. Do you think George Soros was given a government medal for funding Antifa and the government doesn't want it? For those who think Donald Trump is on the American people's side, he is owned by the bankers. He has a $4 billion debt. If he says or does anything the banks don't like, they can drop him. Donald Trump is owned by Israel. He is the apprentice. Do you understand what an apprentice is? It's a free Masonic initiate. Please wake up, NPCs. Even you can become real-life Pinocchio if you open your third eye and realize you are consciousness itself. All of the extraterrestrial are interdimensional or advanced beings that have existed on Earth since the dawn of time. The Hopi had legends of the ant people. To the young people who are too young to have studied all this material, legitimate historians like Carol Quigley and Tradegy and Hope acknowledge the Illuminati and the angel phone network started by Alfred Nobel, which became the UN. The World Economic Forum was started by Henry Kissinger through Klaus Schwab, his student, in order to push American colonialism. America is not a democracy or a constitutional republic. We are slaves in this country. The Patriot Act suspended our rights for an emergency, hence we don't have any rights. The Federal Reserve is illegal. It was founded on Christmas Eve in 1912, and Woodrow Wilson said he just turned the nation to slaves. The Constitution says it's illegal to borrow money at interest. It's the reason the revolution was fought. King George passed an edict that said colonial money was no good, and the colonists had to borrow from Rothschild central banks. According to Ben Franklin, for the first time in colonial history, there was poverty. The Vatican created a new timeline called the Gregorian calendar in 1582. Anyone born on that timeline is owned by the Vatican because they copyrighted the timeline. You must declare yourself sovereign and realize time is an illusion. As long as you live in time, you are owned by the Vatican. When you are born, they take the afterbirth, salvage it, and say the biological matter is you, name all in caps, the legal fiction. This is called the legal fiction. You must realize, consider this for a moment because it is subtle. You are a soul, you immortal consciousness, so when they say you are this flesh-blood afterbirth and you agree, it allows them to charge you. You cannot be judged by any man, because you are an immortal soul, and no man can judge you. Freemasons, aka travelers. The true meaning of Mason are scientists of the mind. They understand how the mind works, and the pyramids and structures of today are not pyramids but digital edifices, corporate hegemonies, legal doctrine. They have managed to completely spellbind us. But the beginning to freedom all begins with declaring yourself a sovereign divine being. You must stop worshipping anything outside of yourself because it drains you of energy. All aging is a result of worshipping external structures. Love you, my beautiful light beings, stay sovereign and divine. My chosen ones. Love you, my beautiful light beings, stay sovereign and divine, my chosen ones.